Sir Vincent.
Good evening again and again and again for another third episode of course. And as you can see, we are coming live from the Mofo TV studios here in Nairobi. So the last episode of the political temperature we had, it was on Saturday, and we were flashing issues to do with the opposition, the safety of the president in an MOU that they signed with the ODM, and of course issues concerning youth in different political parties. And today, as we're talking, there is a new political party in town. The newest baby in town is called DCP. On this setup, we are having is not a new face. You've seen it before if you are a follower of Mofo TV since we began. He is not new to you. He is not new to us this evening. And then he's coming again after a long time away. He's coming in again to give us a clear and a forward, a clear vision or a clear analysis, of course, of what is DCP and what should we expect, of course, and what is it just going to help Kenyans, because we have a lot of parties that have failed to reach the agenda of normal mwananchi. Here from the Mofo TV studios, Maze, join us on these political temperatures. We are getting to know the temperatures of the different political parties, different political leaders, and whatever they have an impact to the normal mwananchi. Karibisha mwenzako, as I always say, because here is the home of the newest growing online channel. So karibisha mwenzako, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and keep us going, because you bet on us, we better ourselves for you. Mofo TV is your passport to adventure. Musa Akungu, the youngest political analyst.
Yes.
Welcome again.
Thank you so much.
It's been a minute, mzee, umekuwa wapi?
Nimefurahi, shughuli ndio imekuwa mingi. But now I'm glad I'm back.
Did you huko umeenda ku launch chama?
Hizo vitu si tunaangalia tu kwa nje ya 18 juu as Gen Zs, we still looking for whom to follow, you see.
Yeah.
We just don't want to follow someone blindly. Yeah, so we have to think fast. We just don't follow like the boomers and the millennials.
Yeah.
We are very different.
Umesema you use eyes.
We use eyes.
And you, of course, you are knowledgeable.
Exactly.
So we are talking today. There is a new party in town. The party is called the DCP, and it was announced previously in the few days after they call him the legal deputy president. So alitoka UDA. He announced his resignation from the UDA, the party that he was with when they was getting to the government with the president, that is William Samoei Ruto, and then announced like anatoka. And then a few days, 2 to 3 days in count of hours, of course, he has come up with a new political party.
Exactly.
DCP. Is DCP something like is it a threat?
You see, for now, we cannot gauge whether it's a threat or not, because first of all, it's
just looking at its
overview.
Yeah,
it's a threat. Regarding where we are considering the by-elections that are coming, and you see Gen Zs want to make sure that Ruto doesn't feel his political power. So the Gen Zs will do everything. They don't support Gachagua. We don't support Gachagua. But we want to make it like one term. You see? So that party which will make Ruto go one term, that's what we are in. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But it is going to be it's going to be a party hapa kwa grassroots, itasumbua.
So the Democratic Citizen Party, the new party, wanasema wakisema DCP skiza ground. Skiza ground. It was launched today. Looking at the party and how it was launched today, because personally I expected like kutakuwa na ile maximum like kelele vimbuanga nini. We just saw like okay, to me, according to me, I have my own views. It was a bit dull, and as expected, like kama wangeenda kwa mnyoro.
Exactly.
It was a bit dull, and is launching. And we saw just some 2 to 3 goons just came to say hi, and they were taken away. How do you say like the launching? What are your expectation towards the launching of DCP?
The launching of your party, sikuwa expect anything big.
Yeah.
Because ukiangalia the most reason ya kuform party ilikuwa kuharibia William Ruto his energy na power hapa kwa Mount Kenya. The most, yani hiyo ndio reason number 1. Wanataka
approach
the UDA here in Mount Kenya. Sasa if you take a look the structure ya hiyo party, utapata party leader is Gachagua. But Gachagua was impeached. So in the constitution jamaa he cannot vie. We took agreement. We have Cleo Malala. Cleo Malala, we can say he's a young leader. So youth are listening here. But for the fact that alifanya kazi na UDA, yeye namtoa nje ya hesabu. You see? But what I can tell you is the main reason of formation of this DCP party ni ya to make sure that the political punch ya UDA party inarudi chini in Mount Kenya. They want to bring Mount Kenya has iko na ile voting block kubwa sana.
Yeah.
The large voting block. So wanataka consolidate the votes to beat UDA in Mount Kenya.
Is now the new party in Kenya, DCP, an official statement that Jubilee does not exist? Because at the Mount Kenya, they have been united under Jubilee, under the party leader that is the former president, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Is now the newborn baby DCP giving an end to Jubilee?
Yes, Jubilee is dying. Ukiona Jubilee, hii ni party hata I can no longer remember the MPs wenye wako hapo, the numbers they have, the senators. Jubilee, they are not vibrant, you see. The only few people who are there, hawako na ile political punch yenye unaweza sema ati unless the MCS in that area na wako Jubilee party ndio wanaweza mobilize the ground, that's better. But tukiongelea huku the nationwide politics ati wako na wale watu of political punch, it's nikikaa kitu hiyo party inakufa yani, unaona. The last time you had from the Secretary General of Jubilee ilikuwa lini? That tells you how much this party is dying. A vibrant party in Kenya has to be vocal, has to be yani inazunguka Kenya. But here Jubilee, it's a dying, something is dying. They are trying to rejuvenate it with this Matiang'i thing, but I don't think so. Hii yote is a political cartel that they are coming together. Utasikia they have formed a coalition. That's what is looming.
I was looking at the structure DCP,
exactly.
And then nikaona like the deputy party leader ni Cleophas Malala kutoka Western. Organizing secretary amepatiwa Mythical Inturi, and then of course minor commander has a role among the co-leaders. So do you think like it was just like Gachagua trying just to make sure that at least there is an outer leader from outside the mountain?
That's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to make us feel like this is the national party. But we all know this party, his main function is to decentralize the votes in central region. Yeah, so hii mambo ya kuleta kina Cleo Malala on board, these are people who are, I can describe them kama watu wenye wako na ile machungu, unaona? Wanataka tu ku revenge against Ruto.
Political pain.
Exactly. Wako na political pain ya ku revenge tu against Ruto, what they did to them. Yeah, impeachment, Cleo Malala kicked out of the party leadership of UDA. And those are the things which Mithika Linturi, you know what happened to him. He was also, these are people who are bitter, you see, and their bitterness doesn't cost us anything. Whether they are bitter, whether they are what, as this, we know what we're standing for. But as we watch their politics, we enjoy. But let their politics not affect our lives. Yeah.
The idea of goons, of course, standing up and trying to interrupt the official launching of the newest party in Kenya, that is DCP. How do you say that? Is it like the government is trying also to have a closer ear and feeling threatened with the one-time thing? Or maybe, okay, do you feel like the goons were from which section of maybe concern?
You see, the government at both opposition here, Gachagua, they played a major role in that chaos.
Yeah.
If you look at the way this chaos started, there's a chaos that when you see unaona ilikuwa organized nice side. But this kind of chaos, you don't know who started this chaos. You see? So I think it at this point, at this way, the chaos that were created by Gachagua's the goons, they wanted to consolidate those sympathy from the voters. Unaona ile sympathy that what the government is doing to them this way, at the way the government wanakuja kuharibu launching, they organized goons to disrupt their meeting, their launching, ndo waseme government inawadhalilisha. If we consider the government side, the government felt threatened by the way, because no way Gachagua was a deputy party leader in UDA and is forming a political party, and you expect him not to have a say in that region. Obviously they felt the heat. Hiyo joto walikasikia, and also then they sent goons there to disrupt that meeting, and that's how you saw that kind of launching was so shoddy. Yeah, with that kind of disorganization, inamaanisha kila side ilituma goons pale. Yeah.
It is like a trend when I look at how the then president of Kenya, that is Daktari William Samoei Ruto, entered the government, of course. Because Kiangalia, he was also under the Jubilee government, and at some point, they had some differences with the former president, that is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So, aka form another party that he was in, and at the same time, he was still under the Jubilee. So, akatoka, and then akaingia UDA kabisa, and then he made it public like he has resigned from the Jubilee party. Is it just the same political trends in Tumiangapi? Because Gachagua has also been in the UDA, the ruling party, withdraw, amekuja na chama yake almost 2 years before the 2027 election.
You see, Vincent, the only difference here, yenye huyu sijui advisors wa Gachagua umwambia manini, Ruto didn't even try to resign.
Yeah.
Ruto was never even tried to be impeached. Unaona? So if we talk about competence, it means jamaa, those hao watu wa UDA watakuwa nampiga telling him you are incompetent, you are tribal, you are not doing your job, things like that. And when you consider as much as Ruto by that time had many leaders from Mount Kenya supporting him, very many, and those people had says. Look at Gachagua, how many leaders does he have? Very few. The only thing that is putting Gachagua in light is that people don't want Ruto. People are against Ruto, and that's why people are finding some solace. Not that he's a savior, but people are finding some solace in this Gachagua movement, of which we don't even care about where it's leading us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a way of feeling relieved.
Yeah.
After some political hits.
Exactly.
Gachagua says he's viable to vie again now, according to the constitution, because he has a pending case in court. So looking at him launching a new party and trying to to have some trying to capture the attention of the public, of course, by giving a chair, a second maybe in command of the DCP from the Western. Who's now going to represent DCP from Mombasa? Who's now going to, because I'm trying to ask myself, like, is Gachagua now able to go and pull a crowd in Rift Valley? Is he able to go and pull a crowd in Nyanza? And how does he now expect this DCP to?
You see, one thing I'm sure this guy is playing, you see, like, if you consider huyu jamaa, huyu huyu anaitwa nani Mithika Linturi.
Yes.
Anaweza changia chama hata kukosa kusajiliwa na register of
political party.
This guy launched a party, then afterward submitted a resignation letter. To me, he launched a party when he's still in another party. You see, unlike Ruto, ile time alikuwa anasema mimi ni wa Jubilee, mimi ni until the last minute. I said this is my party. People like this Mithika Linturi, I really don't know how the kind of leaders to go now. How do you launch a party and you have a leadership in that party, yet your data iko kwa party ingine
still exists somewhere?
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. And don't be surprised when the register political party says this party has been declined because one, the founder
is an active member of
UD
government.
Exactly, that's what can happen. And for this person to gain the weight of Rift Valley, things like cost, it's hard, but also it's single. You see, the people are tired with this government. This government is oppressing the people. So the only thing this guy needs to do, kitu ya kwanza ni kuchukua leaders wenye Ruto ame-neglect. These people who have never ever been governors in Rift Valley, kama huyu jamaa mwenye ako very vibrant in Twitter. Anaitwa nani? Governor of Alfred Keter. You see, if he picks people like this, bring them together on board, atapata audience. Juu ukiona huyu jamaa vile watu wanaongea kwa ground, enyewe watu wanaweza msikiza. Unaona? Leta hawa watu. Hivyo na unaweza beba hiyo Rift Valley. Enda huko nini? Enda huko Mombasa. Jaribu kuconvince watu kama huyu kuna huyu MP wa UDA but alikuwa amethreaten kutoka.
Anaitwa Mohamed Ali.
Jichopevu. Chukua watu kama jichopevu. Convince them. Unaona? These are the kind of strategies inaweza saidia inaitwa DCP. Inase some fans there, but not here in Mount Kenya. Unataka kuleta leaders from unapick to just to be seen as a national party.
So are you just trying to say like the party has 95% support from Mount Kenya only?
Yeah, actually I'm very sure sahi enda pale Nyanza party lilojiwa, uliza tu do a random survey, watu wangapi wanajua hii party. Hata haya wanajua inaitwa hiyo. Mimi niko Nairobi bado hata inanisumbua DCP. Uliza mtu unajua party inaitwa DCP inamaanisha nini? Hata kuambia. The one thing these people mimi naona walimess, wangechagua a very memorable, yani very memorable jina, very memorable, unaona? Yeah. And a slogan yenye ni mbio.
Because I've seen Mtai Ngunye trying also to speak the same thing. Because anawaambia like politics is all about a vibe.
Sidio? Yeah. Leta kitu watu wanashika haraka haraka na wamesonga.
Whether it will be positive or negative.
Well,
they will go with it.
Unaona UDA. Watu wanasema tu UDA.
Doing it fair.
Very fast. Na hivyo ndio ilikuwa ila. Lakini let's see what
so creativity room ya Gachagua out.
Chini. They didn't bring Gen Z on board. Bring Gen Z on board.
So tell me in the comment section, what do you expect from the newest party in town, that is DCP? Kama it manage kusonga mbele and then it take over the government, or the one term will just be a short slogan that will be used in between here and when you're hitting the election, and then from there it will be no more. Now tukimaliza to the whole issue ya Gachagua. Gachagua says like he has been having friends. Now some of these friends have been with him during his trying moment. So amesema whoever you are, umetembea na mimi, umefanya like umepitia na mimi kwa magumu, I'm not going to give you a direct ticket to meet ground, kwa sababu DCP inasikiza ground. So to meet ground, ukisha meet ground, let us contest for those maybe ground polls, and then to make sure that we are having a contestant mwenye atakuja kuwakilisha the whole team. What do you think, like is it just a way of trying to say like there's no issue of awarding loyalty zimama?
That is just trying to make to convince the people, the politicians, to come and join the party.
Yeah.
It's just a way of trying to convince them. But whatever is the main issue hapa ni Gachagua anataka kulua watu walete on board. After bringing them on board, there are those supreme, yani wale watu wako na sauti, they will be given those platform. The only thing here, the only difference that it can make ni during this upcoming by elections. This is where this party can gain weight. Win 2 out of 3. Win 3 out of 2. Unaona? As in 3 out of 4. If they, like for example, there's a by-election in Malava, in Ugunja there's one, and I don't know, and Kasipul there's another one. field strong candidates.
So DCP toe mtu aende full.
And wachukue mtu waeke huko. Because these people wenye wataleta hapa, ODM italeta mtu. Na ODM ikileta UDA italeta. You get it? Where ODM is going to field a candidate, ODM is not going to field a candidate. These people, unless in this by-elections, I'm talking about...
They are in an MOU, understanding.
That's what I'm talking about. And that is the ODM stronghold. So ODM will go and fill a candidate, and UDA will not fill a candidate. Italeta mvutano. You see, somewhere like Malava, there are so many parties. So unaona? Huko sasa is a different case. Utapata kama ni Ford wataweka, Musalia had folded his party, ana party side.
ANC.
Very tricky. He folded. Hakuna party kama.
Ford Kenya cannot fill somebody there.
Unless UDA fill person. And ODM has to fill, UDA will not fill.
For this time,
that's what I'm telling you. Gachagua has a say there in that politics. Because someone who is a main competitor of ODM will go to that party for the certificate.
Okay, now maybe the last question of this one. Is it Gachagua has been trying to say like he's sorry to the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and that he is their kingpin, of course, and he's just maybe trying to keep his house of Mount Kenya in order, trying also sometimes to warn president like the next time he goes there and he does this and that, he will call on the youth also to reject him. So do you think like as a way of having a one voice from the mountain, you understand? They could have made a way with the former president, of course, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, to revive Jubilee and give it a one voice, more than going to launch another party. And that is what will be used as a, like, you know, gather them and scatter them, you know, something of those. Unagawa katikati, like, hivyo unagawa katikati and then unapita. So Jubilee will not accept to die.
Exactly.
It will also feel some members.
It will fight.
Those members could have joined DCP, or DCP could have been the one team. So of course UDA will also come. It has its own loyalists, of course. So do you think like is a divide and rule thing that is coming to distribute the mountain for the after a longest time?
That is the point. Unaona kitu umesema, hiyo ndio exact point. Gachagua ana any intention to win any election, and he knows very well he cannot win any election with whatever things he's doing. So the one thing he wants to do here, he just wants to hurt Ruto. He just wants to divide people of Mount Kenya and scatter the votes. It is just a divide thing. He doesn't even want to rule at this point, just to divide. See the politics he's making. Hakuna sera anauza. Hakuna, ni kugonga ule jamaa anagonga. Anagonga tu Ruto. Unaona? Mara asemi yeye akipewa nafasi atafanya nini? And that's what I'm talking about. Angekuwa with good intentions, ange line up with Uhuru Kenyatta. Now he's asking for forgiveness. Maranga, many times. If you're asking for forgiveness and you are saying someone is your kingpin, then you go behind his back, you launch a party. Anyways, sindio? Angeleta Jubilee ni party na julikana, ini chama na julikana, weka hapo Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, musaini MOU, mweke leaders pale. Watu kama Jeremiah Kioni wako hapo kwa Jubilee. Ni watu wako na say. Bora sasa wao una secretary general sasa ina launch party. Communications tutatoa wapi? Unaona? Sasa hii ni mambo yenye nakwambia ni kudecentralize watu tu. Hii ni kusumbua tu watu hapa kwa siasa. Hiyo ndio kazi yao. Yeye na Malala. Ndio maana wamejiweka hapo juu kusumbua tu. Unaona?
Just want to stay relevant.
Yeah, in politics. That's why when they see next person coming, ndio asisumbue, wanaambiwa you come nimekuwa point. That's what they want. Yeah.
As you finally this discussion about maybe the mountain before we go to the Nairobi County leadership. We've seen of late the second in command, that is Kindiki, Mr. Abraham. Yeah, Professor, of course. The second in command, Professor Abraham Kindiki. Amekuwa na some of the headlines of late because he had some differences with Geoffrey Ruku. Cabinet Secretary for Public PC. That is it.
That way, yeah.
Hiyo yenye nani aliacha, Muturi aliacha.
That's what happens when you put incompetent people. You don't even care about them. You don't even the office they are holding.
So ndani zinasema walikuwa na encounter in Mbeere, of course.
Exactly. It was in Meru.
In Meru, of course. And after now maybe it was escalated to the public. There was a meeting at State House to try and maybe cover up that shame. So when they went for that meeting, the president tried, like, of course, like anakaa na deputy wake, and then like Mr. Ruku akajaribu kufikiwa so that they can maybe have that discussion of kusalimiana mkono, like hawakuwa wanagombana. He wasn't found. So za ndani zinasema kwamba kulikuwa na ile agreement like they come in public, washikane mikono,
iende kwa media,
ikiwa ina
shida.
Yeah, so Kindiki says like he was talking in reference to the former cabinet secretary. So do you think Professor Abraham Kindiki, the second in command, had the ability to unite the mountain and get even 20% in favor of the government?
And that's what makes me think, how do you take a very competent professor, you put him in a field where he's very incompetent, then you expect him to perform? Kindiki cannot pull any vote. If Professor Kindiki can pull any vote, is from the students he has ever taught in university, if any. But saying that he goes to ground and look for voters and convince them to vote, even Ruku can pull more numbers than MP. He won the MP seat for that constituency. Yes, Kindiki has never applied for any elective post. It is very difficult for him to garner votes, to collect votes for the party. Hii mambo yalipewa hii ni ya kuficha watu wa mlima Kenya nini match, just to like to make them think that the government is inclusive, is broad based. You see, nothing like broad based. This is just political conmanship that is going to hurt them, the same people before 2027.
This is the political conmanship that is going to hurt them before 2027. That is it from Musa Akungo. And of course, going through the comment section, Pablito just that is very insightful from young political Pandit. Of course, thank you very much, Pablito. And then he comes again and says great graphics from the senior SL Media. That's our producer, Mr. Silas Aboge Mokipenda Dalmas. Majina ya kizungu ni yote. Doris Kerubo says, but honestly, Gachagua is a joke. The fact that he is using whatever his former boss did to him to seek for mercy from the public is public. It will not work. Then Doris Kerubo comes again. They say just because he was impeached does not make him a better leader. He should just rest. Thank you very much, Jesse and Doris, for wherever you're getting us, and we appreciate your comments. Now, we'll not have much of this because I know also time may end and I'll say Nataka Kulala. We'll move into the next discussion about the Nairobi City County under the leadership of Governor Johnston Sakaja. Yesterday we saw certain, we'll not mention names, a certain supermarket was shut down because of some of allegations, of course. Before taken to the court, there are allegations.
But it was in mainstream media. It was there. We can provide it. It was there.
Okay, Naivas was shut down.
Yes, it was there in primetime news.
So Naivas was shut down because like when kama waliuza kitu expired. Yeah, so tumeona like in my perspective naona like this is now opportunity and those opposing the governor to come up and think like they are relevant under this issue. How do you see this? Because Nairobi is the home of all business. Because zile revenue Nairobi nasanya for a day is more than even any county in this republic. Yes. Even maybe in the East African, of course. So unapata like shutting down a bigger supermarket like this one in our in a reduced loss. How do you see it? Is it just politics or it was real like
this is war of cartels? You can't tell me a supermarket like Naivas supermarket, these are supermarkets that are leading here in Kenya, can afford to sell and no one notices until a government official goes there and find out that these products are expired. Hiyo mchezo ya town. These are cartels trying to fight each other. Hao ni watu wanajaribu kupigana hapa kwa jiji kuu ndio waone nani who can control who. These are the things that will happen, and don't be surprised if it is kinda added to affect the other outlets, because these are the fight, these are politics that zinapangwa ahead of 2027. And watu wamejipanga, they know what they are doing. Hakuna mtu hapo Naivas hata itachukua siku 2 utasema imefunguliwa, hizo vita za ndani zitakuwa zimeisha. And these are just politics that you have said. I'm very sure.
Now ukiangalia pia to the other side, like I was thinking, why should it not have just been a one where you just found that thing is where you need to close it?
That's what I'm talking about.
Because why should you shut out the outlets?
Mbona? And even if it was investigation to be done, you can't conclude at one branch because as an issue you say at zote ziko na issue. Hii ni mambo ya siasa. Na tunajua sisi hatujakuwa wajinga. Tunajua vile watu wana roll. Siku 2-3 watafungua na utasikia tio the government imesema hizo products ziko sawa, watu endelee kutumia. Yeah, hii siasa ya Nairobi ni kubwa. I just wanted to tell me one day we come here and sit down for 1 hour just for politics of Nairobi. Yeah.
Looking at our comment section, Pablo just Julius still comes and they say like mmesema Nairobi hata shetani amegi.
Shetani mwenyewe ametoroka Nairobi.
Mmesema hata Nairobi hata shetani ame give up na kuondokea. If such is a big Freemason church closes down just because of land rates, doesn't sing well with me at all. It was of course my next issue of discussion. Yesterday we saw the Freemason, of course it's South the region that is East Africa. The Freemason church was shut down because of 19 million land rate issues areas. So there are memes, of course, but I want just to go into this perspective. Like, okay, we'll not be vulgar on it.
Yeah.
But now this is a church that people believe when you go. They believe it's a belief from people. A perception, of course. When you go there, I think you get some stipend at the end of the month, and this being shut down. Does it mean the economy is too hard in Nairobi?
There's nothing like economy is too hard. You see, it's like what I think. Ya kama majamaa wamenotice kuna mtu anawasumbua, anataka asaidiwe kisiasa. A group of people, a group of politicians wanataka wasaidiwe kisiasa. Na whatever this Freemasonry, whatever they do, wanaona kama align na vitu wa politicians wakiingia kwa ofisi watafanya. So the best way ni ku reorganize, kusema wewe vile unajua Freemasonry haiwezi kosa pesa. We both know the people who are in Freemasonry.
It's
kwa public domain. What you can see as in any vitu unazaona watu wenye wako kwa Freemasonry wenye wanafanya hizo masigns za Freemasonry, asi watu wachache wenye 19 million pesa kushtua. Ni vile tu the group of people wenye wanataka wasaidiwe kisiasa ni watu wa vibe now. So the best thing to kusema sisi tumesota, hatuna pesa, we are closing down, we will be up again. Na utasikia what arise after you wame convince some few people ati whatever we know Freemasonry hawezi kosa pesa. And vile umesoma tu memes. Yeah, watu wanajua kinaendelea huko. Hiyo ni group ya watu wa pesa. They don't just bring you are someone from a village that ingia Freemasonry. You must have something to be there. Yeah.
So I think it's just a difference in between
now at a sort.
Come in the comment section. What do you think? Like, is it just because the economy is too hard in Nairobi? That's why the Freemason church was shut down. And before,
unajua ni pesa ngapi na circulate in Nairobi within a day? Kuna hii report, kuna huyu jamaa anaitwa Money Academy. He does things regarding capital. Money that circulates in Nairobi within a day.
Yeah.
Bro, can run out Uganda for a week. This is the capital city of Africa.
Yeah.
Don't joke with Nairobi. Politics in Nairobi tunafaa tuchape 2 hours ama 1.
Okay, we'll find a day for that definitely, because I think time is also not just on our side. So tell me also, why is it economy ni mbaya hapo wase tu wamejam like mse wanataka wao support our mtaki. And you before we end this, there's a point you're saying the person who wants them to support him, their blood is not aligned. So is it like the person is also afraid to get support from the Christian and Muslims? Does that support?
As the researchers wanaput hiyo story. Unaona watu wengi sisi vile tumegrow tumejuanga ati Freemasonry ni watu kama devil worshiping.
Yeah.
Unaona yani hiyo ndio kitu kwa ukisema Freemasonry inakuja kwa akili, but ukidi kwa research na vile founding yake utapata different knowledge. That's why nasema kuna vile vitu hazialign. Unaona? Yeah. As much as most of the people wenye makubali publicly au ni Freemasons watu wazuri, kuna watu wenye they don't care yani. Au bora biashara zao ziko sawa, they are okay.
It's their faith.
Yeah, hizo ni kitu wanaamini. Exactly. Sasa unaona hiyo kuna na vile nimekuambia utasikia kuna watu vitu zao haziendani, yani ambitions and end game ya wewe ni politician, mimi ni Freemason, end game zetu hazipatani. Na mimi ni Freemason, mimi ni politician bado. Na wewe ni Freemason na wewe si politician, kuna vile goals zetu haziendani.
Do you feel like huyo mtu anataka of course haizi kuwa huko? Na kama damu imemkata haizi kuwa huko, ndio?
Yeah.
So do you feel like hata mtu akuwe Mkristo nini?
Unaona? Mimi hata ukiniambia ati wewe ni Freemason, wewe ni Mkristo, huwezi kuwa Mkristo na mwenye vitu wanafanya. As much as yani Vincent vitu nimesoma mimi, vitu wanafanya, huwezi kuwa Mkristo to that extent unafanya vitu kama zile. The rituals and the stuff. Na sasa ukileta politician, sasa nakwambia politicians money is some money that si pesa zingine hata uwezi you understand. Sasa ni kitu kama hiyo, but as I said earlier, ni ambition, yani ni vitu madamu haziendani.
Don't much. Tell me in the comment section, whom do you think is really in need of this support from the like something is being
nikimalizia hao watu wezi tegemea mtu, ni wote wategemea. Unaona? Nyao watu tutategemea. There are some politicians wamekuwa a whole campaign imekuwa nini? Imekuwa sponsor na majamaa. A whole campaign washango politician ametoa pesa hivi anamwaga kumwaga. Nyao majamaa ni wanna depend on them. Anao hawana shida na publicity, hata hawako interested na publicity. Ni politician ako interest. So wakiingia pale vitu unafanya is so affect. Hiyo tu ndio protection wanataka. Na wanafanya biashara zao. Very simple.
That is it from Musa. And before we end this, because we have to schedule an all hour for the Nairobi politics. I know you are much informed about this, but now the last general question. Should Nairobi be closed as a county in the next election so that you just be in control of the government? Every governor that comes knows the problem, fails to solve the problem, then he goes out. Should Nairobi be now just a national interest of be led under the national government, because issue of drainage right now is raining in Nairobi and people are flying, swimming with their cars.
It's pathetic.
Nairobi kwetu under government ama Nairobi basi tuko under governorship.
The government itself is very incompetent, that the Nairobi government, the national government, very incompetent. The only thing that can be done in this Nairobi, unaona, we have to agree at Nairobi imetushinda kumanage, so it should be divided as in some party ende Kiambu, you see, some party ende kwa hizo neighboring, alafu sasa hao magavana wa huko hizo side they manage. Tuseme kama ni Westlands, hiyo imeenda Kiambu. Tuseme kama hivyo, hiyo imeenda hiyo side imeenda huko hivyo, yani inachukuliwa tu parts. So the only small party inabaki hapa, the CBD. CBD, the area of CBD, hiyo area kama hiyo kilometer square itakuwa calculated. Yes, sasa unajua weke nini? Wasiweke at account. Weke kwa Nairobi Metropolitan Services. So unaona Metropolitan ndio wana manage pale. Unaona? Hiyo Metropolitan ipo hata kama body kama KBS ama sako fulani. Hao ndio wana manage hapo CBD peke yake. Na hizi area zingine they are being divided to the other counties. Hiyo itasaidia. Unaona, haitakuwa na hii mambo ya governor anaona na run a big city na nothing is happening. You see? That's one of the
huge amount of money, but
exactly. Ukisema hii problem upeleke national government, ni kama umeongezea national government mzigo. Yani hapo sasa watasema hata education haifanye juu mambo ya city county. Unaona, city ya Nairobi inaharibu kila kitu. At we are focusing on the city, so healthcare cannot work. We are focusing on the city, there's no transport. Hivyo itakuwa shida. So the government is so incompetent that the county government. So let them, ile nimesema, hiyo tu ndio kitusaidia, but kupelekea huko juu, hiyo ni shida kubwa.
Nairobi should be divided so that other neighboring counties can get a share of it, and then the remaining CBD be under the Nairobi Metropolitan Service. That is it from Musa Akungu. I don't know if you have a parting shot before our next episode.
I can just say you follow me on Twitter, Moses Akungu, on Facebook, Musa Akungu, so we can keep on interacting na tujue hizi sentiments nimesema hapa ni ukweli ama uongo. And for us next time tunafaa kujua nani tuna support hapa kwa elections. Gen Z tumumia sana. Future ni yetu na governor tucheza sana, so keep your eyes on by politics, ndio future yetu. Our leaders wanaweza fanya tukupeleka hivi, but till next time we'll talk more about that.
Hapo kwa nini before tutoke, should Gen Z embrace this party thing and join this political party?
No, for now no. We play low, we play vigilant, tunakuwa straight to the point. We want this. Kama uwezi tupea kama Gachagua hawezi atoke. Mr. One term yako imeisha. People like Jimmy Wanjigi, you played with our political emotions, ukatuacha. So what people like Omtata, you've been there for us. People like that, as in
he's not even holding rallies.
We don't care, but whether he will come in 2027, the political nini has not started.
Peter Selassie there.
You see, you are the kind of people who are misleading us. Yeye anachapa kazi yake, oversight. Senator, oversight. Mnataka mtu aanze siasa kama hao wengine na kipindi cha siasa hajafunguliwa, watafanya kazi saa ngapi? Acha siasa ifunguliwe, si tuko na mtu wetu, tumejipanga. Tunafanya our strategies pale mdogo mdogo, and we'll see. Si ona mtuka watu wameanza siasa na bado watu wanafaa kufanya kazi. The president should be doing work in his office. He's on top of gas already, right? And the elections is in 2027. We don't know even if you are going to do KCAC.
AFCON is there 2027.
We are not prepared our pitch. Someone is already on top of saying what we'll do in second term and this Mr. One term.
I think that is it from Musa Kungu, our dear follower of Mofo TV, because it has been a blessing to be with you here for another time. We're linking up because it has been a long time you are away, but I'm happy you're back again after a longest time away. We are happy that the Political Temperatures is a show that runs here at Mofo TV, and it will be running each and every week to make sure that you are updated when different issues keep on happening. We are blessed, and thank you until the next episode, Musa Kungu. Yeah. I think sasa hivi will end it there, but for those who are watching, of course, I heard the feedback from Doris Kerubo. Thank you very much, Doris. And of course, our Pablito Jesse Julius, without just forgetting we had a one and only Stella Akesh, who is the birthday girl yesterday. Until the next episode, Mazay, keep it here at Mofo TV. Keep subscribing. Welcome your friends. Tell them that we are now doing it back to back as they called for it. Because here, it is where we keep you updated with matter sports, politics, and everything that concerns our life and our well-being in the society. Subscribe. Welcome your friends. Tell them that you are here. And make sure that you're building a community, because you bet on us, we bet ourselves. For your sake. I'm Vincent Okinda on behalf of the Mofo TV team, led by the one and only managing director, that is Mr. Maurice Ambaisi. Of course, the director and the producer of the show, that is the director, Dalmas Aboge Amokipenda, Mr. Silas. He has those English names. And of course, there's Julius, who is also the captain when it comes to the digital eye amongst the team that is concerned to make sure that you're getting the best from us here. I am Vincent Okinda, the captain on behalf of the Political Temperatures. Until the next episode, that on Saturday, we'll keep you updated with matters, politics, and all that concern you. Good night, and thank you for watching.